start with Coach McCallum. We'll have players come over as soon as they're done in class today, and then start doing the individual one-on-ones before we take off.
Okay, good to see you all. We're excited. We started this morning with the 8 o'clock practice. We're really starting to focus in on Kansas and their personnel and their style of play. And looking forward to getting on this charter, heading to Omaha at noon today.
I wanted to ask you that, I mean, when you play a Horizon League game or a non-league game, it's a lot different. When you go to a tournament, there's so many obligations and the practice and the open practice and all that stuff. There's a lot of distractions. Like, you talk to your team about that?
Terry, what we've tried to do is focus on the same routine. I think that's important. We have a lot of guys that haven't been here before. And so from the moment we won the championship to when we got back together on Saturday, I just told them, I said, you're going to have friends that you didn't know you had. You're going to have people calling you from all over the place. You're going to be very popular right now. You know, take that all into consideration. And when we start to prepare, you've got to get focused in on what we have to get done on the court. And so we've really tried to stay with routine in terms of our same practice times, you know, every day, same practice routine in terms of our preparation and approach. And we kind of set up the scenario in terms of our travel. You know, it's going to be different. We got the spirit team going with us. We've got, you know, administrators going with us. We've got cheerleaders and all that. So our travel party has gone from about 25 to about 100. You know, so keep our focus and an eye on the prize, and that's you know, preparing for the game. It's about the game, not everything that's going on around you. So that's kind of the talk that we've had within our team in terms of you know, just getting ready for this trip. I did share with them that there will be an open practice the day before to the public, and then we'll go off-site and really focus in on our preparation. That'll be more of a get a feel for the arena, the balls, and the atmosphere.
Coach, how much harder do you have to work with this? Because like you said, you mentioned excitement. I know that you can tell these guys, hey, let's focus, but still, that creeps in, doesn't it? So how do you maybe take that extra step to filter that out and have your guys really concentrate on business?
You know what we've had to do down the stretch, I mean, every game it seemed like it was do or die. I can remember the guys saying in the film sessions and in the pregame talks that, hey, Cleveland's going to postseason already because of what they've accomplished in their record. Valpo's already, at least in the NIT, from winning the league. If we don't win, our season is over. And that's kind of the mentality that we've had. And you always wonder, are guys satisfied about being here? And I'm very pleased to report that our guys have had tremendous focus. We've had very good intensity. We're still getting better in our practices. And I mean, it's not any fun and games. I mean, it's focused on preparation. So that's a good feeling. You guys have seen teams, and you wonder if they have anything left. And this team has a lot left in the tank, and that's what I'm seeing heading into Friday night's game.
I've talked to people from Titan Nation. They obviously wanted you to have a 13 or 14 seed. I wanted to ask specifically, is the difference between a 13 and a 14 seed for you guys as opposed to a 15? Maybe a guy like Eli Holman, if you had him the entire season?
You know what? We played a very difficult schedule, Terry, as we had talked. And I thought we could have been in position if we had won some of those games to, you know, if you won the conference to have a chance to have a better seed. But what I've kind of focused on is, I think we've won 10 out of 11, 15-3 down the stretch. This team has really evolved into who we are, and that's a team that has led Horizon League in scoring, a team that has really picked up their defense. We had trouble guarding the three-point line at times this year. We kind of figured that out and doing a much better job of choking off the three. Eli is kind of grown into being a presence for us. And if you really look, he's been more defense than offense. Just, being 6'9", 260, being able to rebound, block shots, and then also a guy that we can go inside to. I think the other thing is with this team, you talk about balance. I think a lot of people focus on Ray or as a point guard and Eli as a post player with his size. But I remember, I want to say the bracket buster game against James Madison. Eli wasn't in double figures, Ray wasn't in double figures, and Chase wasn't in double figures. And we still scored, I want to say, over 80 points. And that was a good sign for our team that we have other guys that, that can score. I think if you break this team down, I got to be careful because I've talked to probably 15 to 20 people from Kansas, and those people, I'm telling you, I mean, they want every scouting report. Can Ray go left? Can Eli go right? I mean, it's amazing how they wanted the game broken down. So you want me to just give you a scouting report? But I think our balance is something that I find myself saying with this team because, a lot of guys can make a basket. We may have, I know we have 5 guys, maybe 6 guys that have scored 20 points in a game. And that's a statement there.
The defense is, you guys always preach, is the most important thing. So you need that defensive presence that a guy like that gives you.
Yeah. Well, there's no question. When you go into a high major game, and what I've talked about our guys, and that some of the experts are saying that have seen us, 'cause we've had a lot of television time, that I think that Detroit can match up with Kansas, and that's because they've seen Eli at 6'9", 260, and LaMarcus Lowe at 6'10", be on the floor at the same time, and be effective at times. But a lot of times in our conference, you're going to have a Brokoff who's 6'7", who's mobile, who shoots the 3 and really good off the dribble, and you could have trouble putting those 2 guys on the floor. Kansas, you know what you're getting. You're getting the 2 big guys, and we may be able to play them together and hold our own defensively in this contest.
Is that maybe one of the best matchups that you like, or is there maybe another part of the squad that maybe looks a little bit better right now?
Well,
as far as matching up,
I think Robinson, and I don't know if you guys get votes or not, but and the Davis kid in Kentucky, I mean, they established themselves as the 2 best big men in the country. And what I've seen in Thomas Robinson, I mean, he's the hardest playing post player in America. I mean, he runs the floor with anyone. I mean, he's a top 5, top 6 pick. I mean, from what I've seen, he plays relentless. He throws the first punch, and he just keeps attacking. I mean, he's a true warrior.
Who do you put on him?
We got to do it by committee. And then also Tyshawn Taylor has really made a statement this year, his senior year, averaging 17, 18 points a game. He can just get baskets on his own. He's a good defender as well. Those 2 guys really stand out as their team leaders.
Anything else you've seen out of Kansas? Tyshawn Taylor, there's the Robinson, and with the 7-footer inside. What other pieces of their...
Elijah Johnson, I mean, he had a terrific game in the tournament. What people forget, they may not have a McDonald's All-American, but they've got, a team full of top 50 players that, traditionally with Kansas and what Bill Self has done, his players get better, and, they're all slated for the next level, and that's no difference than their guys. I think right now what I've seen, they've got 4 players that will be on NBA rosters.
One of the things about the public practice, I guess there's 2 ways to do it. Is use it as an opportunity to work things out or to have fun or a combo. How do you plan on using that public practice? Because everybody's kind of watching them.
Yeah, and that's one of the first things I asked. I said, when does Kansas practice? And I think, is they right after us, Mitch? So I'm sure they'll be early and just, sizing us up and getting familiar with us in person. But I think it's an opportunity for us, as I said, to get familiar with the balls. We play with Nike balls, and then you have an NCAA Tournament ball. Get familiar with the floor, that's important, the rims, and the shooting background. Try to get up as many shots as you can, and we'll go through some things, but it mainly will be a practice that consists of shooting and just getting up and down the floor, getting familiar with the court.
What brand did the NCAA use?
Is it Rawlings or Spalding, Mitch?
No, it's not bad.
Okay. I mean, the balls are a factor.
Sure they are, especially shooting.
Yeah.
Any history with coaching against self and your opinions of his coaching style and what he brings to Kansas's program?
I think, from what I said, eight straight Big 12
Right.
conference championships. And guys, I mean, I've coached in the Big 10. I've coached in the Conference USA. I mean, when it was a very strong league with Marquette and Cincinnati and Louisville and all that. And the Big 12, I spent 2 years in the Big 12, and I mean, it's a heck of a basketball conference. And the talent really, really stood out. I do recall, and I was one at Oklahoma. We were co-champions with Kansas 1 year. But I do recall us having about a 16-point lead at Fall Allen Fieldhouse. And I've been a lot of places. I mean, I've been to Westwood and Duke and Madison Square Garden coaching, and I mean, you name it. Assembly Hall, that Fall Fieldhouse. We had the game going our way, and we're just flowing along. And that crowd was incredible. And they ended up coming back and beating us in a very good ball game. That crowd knows how to help their team, and I think in terms of Coach Self, the consistency that he brings, his style of play. They're gonna look pretty on offense and score the ball, but they're as good of half-court defense, his team, and rebounding team as there is in the country.
I heard an interview with him late Sunday night, I believe. He said that Detroit's not a 15 seed, that he thinks you're a higher seed than that. I was wondering, hearing something like that, does that mean anything to you coming from him? Or?
You know what? Bill knows basketball, and he follows it all around the country. As you know, Ray visited out there his junior year. And I mean, I remember when Ray made the decision to come to UAD, and he said that, he went out his way, he said, I'm happy for you. He's going to do a great job for you. But they know, they do their homework. And as I said, we had tremendous visibility this year with all the TV games. And coaches, we're all saying, we're focused about our next opponent, but we look around and see who we're playing. Like our film staff, they record games all year long for this time of the year, So I'm sure he knows Ray, very well. He knows our personnel. When these kids are out in the summertime, they see who can do what. They're just in position to select, a guy that's 4 or 5 inches taller and 15, 20 pounds heavier, and maybe jump a little bit higher, and they can choose those guys. But I think what he's doing, Terry, is just really, letting everybody know that we're a good basketball team. And as I've said to our guys in our meetings, that we're not going to sneak up on anybody, and we can make a big time highlight tape. And that's the thing, when you're preparing your team and you're showing personnel. I mean, when you show Ray as a point guard, the things that he can do athletically, when you talk about Doug Anderson, who's I think it was the number 20 dunk of the year on ESPN. I think he's been top 10 dunk of the night on ESPN. I mean, you know, I mean, it's stuff you don't see every day. And Eli with his size and ability to get things done around the basket, with LaMarcus with his shot blocking, ability to catch and finish and dunk, and Chase with his slashing ability, and Jason with his three-point shooting. I mean, you can make a, you know, at the end of the season at our banquet, it's going to be a nice highlight tape, you know, with plays like that.
Open it up for questions for Ray Michael as well.
Coach, would you slide those microphones over, please?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Ray, Coach is saying that today you started to break down a little bit more of Kansas and practicing against what they like to do. Is that correct? You did?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your practice time today and what exactly were you working on, or pretty much what you were working on against a team like Kansas?
Basically, we got, you know, all their set plays down, everything they like to run the offense in. We got Thomas Robinson inside, so they like to go inside with him. And then Tyshon Taylor and their guards are also good as well. So they got a lot of threats on the offensive end, and we just got to come out prepared and be aggressive on the defensive end, fight through ball screens, and just, you know, try to hold down low and just play together as a team on defense. And then for us on offense, we just got to eliminate mistakes. We can't turn the ball over. I have to be strong with the ball, being a point guard, get the team on offense, and just do things to try to help my team get easy shots.
I'm sorry. You obviously the point guard, the guy that runs the show. I want to ask you, what's it like running the show with Eli Holman as opposed to running the show without Eli Holman? How the team is different, how you have to handle things differently?
You know, having Eli out there is really helpful for myself. When you have a guy his size, a guy with his skill, it makes it that much easier for not only myself, but I think for my team as well. You know, for the teams, especially in our conference, it's hard to stop Eli, and I mean, not even our conference. You know, I think Eli gives, you know, teams nightmares with his size and his athletic ability, and you know, even when he's able to go on the defensive end, I know if my man beats me on defense, I can count on Eli or, you know, LaMarcus to block the shot, and they bail me out a lot. So I thank them for that. And then on offense, you know, if I might almost turn the ball over or something, I can just throw it to them, and hopefully, you know, I know they'll catch it for a lob, you know. So they save me a lot on the court, and I just enjoy playing.
Ray, how was this stretch of success that you guys had, you know, down the stretch? I think Coach said you guys were 15-3. How does that help you maybe go into this game where instead of coming off a loss, you're still on that roll? You know what I mean? There's still success happening, and it's maybe easier to take that next step as opposed to coming off a loss.
It definitely helps. You know, we're actually coming into the conference tournament for the Horizon League. We're coming in with some momentum, and you know, we've been on a 5-game winning streak, and you know, that's a plus. You know, especially for this team. You know, it's always good to play with confidence, and I think that's what everyone on this team has. And especially our coaching staff, you know, they have confidence in us as well, and they've been real positive in practice. And it's good to be on the court with confidence. I know for myself, I like to play with confidence. And knowing that I can count on my teammates, knowing that what we've been doing the last 5 games is playing together, having fun out there, and being aggressive on defense. And the main thing is playing with confidence, and that's what we've been doing. So I'm happy to be going into the NCAA Tournament with this momentum, so I think we'll be fine.
I will not tell you what your father said. The real big thing is the public practice.
Right.
I know you guys are going to have a practice, you know, later and more serious. But do you want to have fun during that time, or be more serious, or how do you want to treat that?
Yeah, I think he's going to, you know, probably, you know, have us loose out there. Nothing too serious, you know. Probably let us, you know, show our athletic ability a little bit, let it, you know, get some dunks up. But it mainly is for, you know, shooting, get some shots up, get them familiar with the gym. You know, that's normally what we like to do. We normally go to the gym the night before, just kind of just loose, just get some shots up, get a feel for the arena, and I think it'll be fun. I don't think it's going to be too serious.
Brady did mention becoming popular. You guys came back from winning the championship. What's been the atmosphere on campus? Students been coming up to you, talking to you, and taking more notice of you guys?
Yeah, that's one thing that we've definitely seen. You know, and it's been fun. You know, we're just all just trying to break some more. But I mean, it's like people we've never seen before. You know, people don't even know that we. I was like, I was just driving Jason over here, Jason Cleese, just a minute ago, and he's like, man, it's like these people are calling me by my name like they know me. You know, Jason's a quiet guy. You know, he doesn't like a lot of attention, so he's kind of, you don't really know what to do. But it's just like stuff like that. You know, people that you've never seen before. You know, are just acknowledging you. I mean, which is fun. You know, they're just a lot of people told me that students that they're proud. To go here and just happy for all the success that we've had this season. So I mean, I think it's been great for the university and for the students as well.
I've seen teams lower seeds go there with the deer in the headlights look.
Right.
Now you know this team. How do you guard against that? Is there any fear against that? You know, they're gonna have big Kansas jersey and all the people are gonna be there and everything. So how do you guard against that? Is there any fears?
Well, I think that the schedule that my dad made this year was to get us prepared for a moment like this. And I think the biggest game we probably played in this year was at Butler. The Super Bowl was Saturday, day before the Super Bowl. There's probably 10,000 people there. And it's probably one of the biggest games that this team has played all year. And I think going in there, playing in that game, in that hostile environment, I think if we're capable of playing in there on the road like that, I think we'll be fine. We played some high major teams this year, but probably not to the level of Kansas. Also being in the NCAA tournament, I can understand people being nervous and everything. But I mean, it comes down to the point that, I mean, it's, you win or you lose, you go home. And we want our season to continue. So I think we're going to go out there and play like we've been playing with confidence, go out there and have fun, and play like we have nothing to lose, and it's everything again.
What's it like when the coach is your father? I know he's sitting next to you.
I mean, it's pretty cool, I've been here for, this is my second year, so it's been fun. I enjoy it, getting to learn from him every day. I can't complain. He might be tough on me at times, but, it's for the best. And he's just, making me a better player each and every day.
Listen, Bill Self kind of knows you, he recruited you and all this kind of stuff. And one of the things he might try to do, since he knows you, he'll come right after you.
Right.
You ready for that?
Oh, yeah.
The big fellas come at you?
Yeah, I'm expecting that, Seen that a lot this year. A lot of teams that, try to come at me, a couple teams and everything, but I think I'm prepared for that. I mean, I know I'm prepared for that, and I'm ready for the challenge, and I'm just ready for the game. I wish it was tonight, because I'm ready to go.
One thing, Terry, about, the preparation, we've talked about scheduling, last couple of years, and you said, well, who are you going to play, what's your philosophy on scheduling? But, we played Syracuse, and we led last year pretty much with the same team, I mean, I think that's important. I think you looked at how competitive we were on the road, this year. A good Mississippi State team, they're not in a tournament, but we all know they're good enough to be in a tournament. They kind of collapsed down the stretch. Having two bigs in Moultrie and Sydney, we're going to kind of draw on some things that we did in those contests and having to match up with, with the Kansas. Now, we got to play. We got to play the best game of the year to win the game. And I'm not afraid to say that to our players. But that's what we're working towards. Our defense was the best it's been all year long, particularly the second half versus Valpo. And I think we had a season low 6 turnovers. So just like Ray's saying, we've got to take care of the ball. We can't let them speed us up and turn us over. And that's what you've seen in the NCAA tournament, as Terry's referring to, deer in the headlights. I mean, the ball just flying all over the place, 15, 20 turnovers, and the team acts like they don't belong on the floor. So, it's Ray and our guards' responsibility to make sure that we get the ball where it's supposed to go and have a good shot if we're gonna be in this game to win it.
How many tournaments have you been to? as an assistant coach?
That's a good question. Before I came here, I was in 4 straight. I took 2 Ball State teams as a head coach. And this is my 3rd as a head coach, the 3rd tournament championship. So that's that.
And I know you talked about it earlier, but what have you honed from all those experiences? And once the game starts, is it a game or is it still theater? Because sometimes the Super Bowl is like theater. Once you start that tournament game, is it like, does it feel like a regular game, in your opinion?
No, I mean it's you know it's a tournament game. It just the build up, the preparation, the atmosphere. I mean you know you're playing a different opponent on a team that you probably haven't seen on a neutral court, and it's a different atmosphere. I mean even with the crowd. I mean it's it's a different feel. It really is. But the thing that stands out is the team that you're playing is the athletes. You know, the size, you know, the speed, the quickness, you know, of the athletes in the game. And that's what you see with the seeding. The high major teams and programs I've been at, I mean, you can tell the difference when you're a high seed or low seed, just, you know, physically, who you're going to play in your preparation. And I think when we step out there with Kansas, yeah, they're going to be bigger and heavier and all that. But I think, you know, with certain matchups that will be fine.
Coach, by tip-off Friday night, you guys have had 10 days off. Kansas, I think, will only have had 6 at that point. Do you guys think that that'll be an advantage having the extra time or a disadvantage?
For these young guys, that's more than enough. You know, the thing that Ray said, and I like us going in, we're going in as a conference champion. And that's what I've said to our guys. We had to win 4 games in 7 days. And we got stronger during the course of that tournament, and we finished strong. That's the thing that really stands out. I mean, one of the teams that just, you know, hanging on and, you know, barely got it done. And this rest is going to help us. I think from their standpoint, you guys are used to playing every couple of days once the conference season starts anyway. I think another thing with our team is that on the second night, we didn't have back-to-backs, but 48 hours, we go Thursday, Saturday. We were always stronger the second night with 1 day prep and rest. That's why if we get through Friday night's game, I think we'll be we know how to prepare for Sunday's game.
Have time for 2 more questions.
Well, we got a bus to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you rolling out of town.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Good luck.
All right.